What if Gorilla Tag had its own emoji pack? How would it look? And could you actually use them? Well, in this video, I'm designing a full set of custom Gorilla Tag emojis that you'll be able to use for yourself later in this video. But first, we're starting off by making the iconic Gorilla Tag character, which I'm gonna make in the iPhone style emoji. And to start off, I'm gonna grab a brush over here, which is a tool that makes me be able to make these Gorilla Tag emojis real. Scale it up a bit, then I'm gonna go up here and press symmetry. And essentially what this tool does is if I draw a line on the right side, it's gonna mimic it and put the exact same shape that I drew onto the left side. So the first thing you can start off with is making the base of the gorilla head. I'm just gonna move it slightly out like this, then put it up a tiny bit, straight up again, nice like that, and then slowly round it up at the top right here. Just gonna make it look like Gorilla Tag or something. This looks terrible. What am I making, bro? And let's start off by drawing the bottom of the head like that. Make it go slightly up and then straight up. Oh wow, that is way too fat. Let's try one more time. Straight like that. Make it go up. That little edge right there. And there we go. That looks awesome. But I do feel like it's a bit too wide right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select the layer down here and like make it a little less wide. So something like this should work. I actually feel like that's perfect. And now I'm just gonna fill in the layer like this, and you'll see why later on. Because trust me, this is gonna look insane at the end. So make sure to stick around. Now the actual reason why I made this black was because if I double click this layer, this is gonna pop up. And now what I'm gonna do with this is put on bevel emboss, inner shadow, and inner glow, and color overlay. And what that's gonna let us do is transform it from black into this. And as you can see, we just transformed it into looking more like an emoji, but there's still a lot of things we need to fix. For example, if you look at an actual emoji, you can see that it has some highlights right here and a bunch of shadows, which we can achieve by getting a white brush over here, then making the hardness all the way up, which makes the brush more blurry. And then I'm gonna put the flow down, and the same thing with the opacity, which is just gonna make it easy to shade with. Then I'm gonna make a new layer, and then I'm just gonna start drawing this white highlight all over the place, because trust me, it's gonna look really good at the end. That looks nice, but I feel like it's a bit too much, so I'm gonna grab the eraser tool over here and just erase the parts we don't need. Alright, nice, that looks good. And now the next thing we could do is make a brand new layer again, and this time make it fully gray, and then put the blending mode over here from normal to overlay, which is gonna let us shade it like this. So I'm just gonna shade these shadows right here, make them really harsh, because that's how they look in the actual emojis. And then up here, also gonna do a bit of that. Well, and as you can see, I'm not done with the shadows. So now I'm just gonna go over here and grab the dodge tool and start making this really pop. But I do feel like the white is a bit too much, so I'm just gonna lower the opacity of it like that. Nice. All right, there we go. And now the next thing we could go ahead and do is grab the brush tool over here, make it fully black. And now let's go ahead and draw out the actual face of the monkey, which does not look like this. Draw it nice like this. Make sure it goes up right there, goes out right here. Make sure we get a big space up here, and let's just redraw that, because that does not look like a Gorilla Tag. So I'm not gonna make the width too much down here, and draw it up like this. Make sure it go inward like that, and then I'm gonna make it go outwards. I messed it up. So I'm not gonna make it too wide down here. I'm gonna bring it up like this, and then make it go back, and then make it go out again and back inwards like that. But I'm not the best at drawing, so this might take me a few attempts. Comment down below if you think I'm good at drawing, because a lot of people did last video, but I myself don't think I am. Anyways, I made this. Whoa, that is perfect. And on accident, I just made the perfect face shape. So the next thing we can go ahead and do is grab a light gray color up here and just fill in this entire face with it. Nice like that. And if I double click the layer and mess around with the settings we used earlier, I could get a look that looks like this, and that is really what we need for this gorilla to look like an emoji. And the next thing we can do is make the face. I'm gonna make the eyes first. These look terrible. The first thing I'm gonna do is make the eyes. I'll make them nice and round like this. Make sure they go up here and then end them right there. Make sure they go nice and roundly down here. Okay, these are fine. Alright, and there we go. I just drew the perfect eyes. So now let's go ahead and draw the pupils, which shouldn't be that hard because they're just a round circle going around like this. Nice. Alright. Wow, never mind. That looks terrible. And to do that, I'm just gonna make my brush really big and draw a circle in the middle like that. Just grab a white color up here and make these tiny little dots right there, because the Gorilla Tag character has that. We could also color the inside of the eyes white. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the rest of the face, which we can start off by doing with the nose. There we go. And now we can do the mouth. And there you have it, a Gorilla Tag emoji. But before I move on to the next emoji, I'm gonna troll my friend to see if he thinks it's real or not. And as you can see, my friend Snake is now online, which is the guy I'm gonna troll with the emojis. So I'm gonna go ahead and call him, and hopefully he answers. Yo.
Hello?
Dude. I'm not even joking, bro. Like, dead ass, I just found like a new Gorilla Tag leak for one of their upcoming updates. You wanna see it?
Yeah, wait, what is it?
Let me show you. It's gonna be a bit strange, but just trust, bro. I got so excited when I saw it.
You're speaking kind of weird. What is it?
There you go.
What the hell is that?
What do you mean? Gorilla, it's an emoji.
What is that? That is not real. You're telling me this is real?
Yeah.
That's not real.
Okay, bro, whatever.
There's no way.
Alright, see you, bro.
Alright, bye.
And since Snake didn't delete that whatsoever, I'm gonna have to make these next emojis like 100 times better. And the next emoji that I'm gonna make is a thumbs up hand and a thumbs down hand. And I actually have a really good idea on how I can make this. So let's get to working. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do is draw a straight line down here and pull it up a tiny bit. Pull it back inwards, which is gonna be the thumb, of course, or whatever. And I'm gonna pull it back up, draw a bit to the left, and pull it down a bit as well. Now I'm gonna make it go up to make the thumb. Pull it back around, make sure it goes nicely down, and there we go. Yeah, no, this looks terrible. Let me redraw it. This time I'm gonna start off by drawing from the top, then going down, pull it back in so I can have one of the fingers, and the same with the other one. Pull it back around, just gonna make a thumb, and there we go. Wait, no, this looks terrible. Let me redraw it. And once I finally got the perfect shape, I fixed it a little bit. I then filled it in with black and did the method I did earlier, and it already looks really nice. The next thing I started to do is drawing the shadows between the two fingers. And once I was finally done with that, I started to shade it, starting with the highlights. And after a bit of final adjustments, I finally made it look somewhat like an emoji. I then duplicated the hand and then put it upside down, which makes the thumbs down emoji. And after that, I'm finally done with all the emojis. But before I show you how to actually get them, I'm gonna have to troll my friend to see if it's worthy of it. So now that we're done with making the Gorilla Tag hands, I'm gonna call Snake again and hopefully he thinks these are real. Yo, what's up, Snake? You wanna see something?
Yeah.
A Gorilla Tag leak? Official Lemon sent me this. You know, the guy who leaks Gorilla Tag updates.
Okay.
Dude, look at this.
Wait, that's actually... Wait, so the first one was actually real?
Yeah. I don't know how you didn't
No
believe
way.
it.
Wait, that's... I mean, these ones look like they could be a thing.
The other one I found the leak, that one was more of like a improvised one.
Oh, like an unfinished one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually kind of cool then. What's like... How do they work?
I mean, I think in the future they're gonna add it to their Discord server and then people would be able to use them.
That would actually be cool.
Yeah, bro, that would be sick, bro. Using Gorilla Tag emojis.
Hopefully they add it soon.
Hopefully, bro. Oh, you just got completely trolled. None of these are real. I made them for a video.
What? I knew the first one was fake. I was like, these ones actually look better.
These actually look like emojis.
They look like they'd actually be something.
Exactly, yo. Sadly, I don't think Gorilla Tag is gonna make these official. If you want the Gorilla Tag emojis for yourself, go ahead and join my Discord server. There's gonna be like the emojis there. If not, then buy my memberships and you can use them everywhere on YouTube, I think, or just on my channel, whatever.
I'm gonna join the server right now so I can use the epic. Wait, don't add that in.